Hello people, welcome to the Game Place. It's me Ben, and I'm here with a review of The Hunger Games. Now, yes, it's the film, I've done the books, so I decided to do the film. Right. So yes, Hunger Games. Where to begin? Well, there was once a war that destroyed America, essentially, and it became several different countries. This is set in Pan Am. Pattern's split into 13 different districts and then a government district called the capital. Then another war happened, and the District 13, well, all of the districts, but District 13 mainly, um, revolted against the capital, which resulted in the capital destroying District 13. So, this picks up 74 years after District 13 was destroyed, and it follows a girl named Katniss Everdeen, who is 16, 17, 16, 17 years old, and her journey to the Hunger Games. So, because of this war, every single year the capital creates a bloodbath called the Hunger Games, and it selects two children from each district, a boy and a girl, compete in these Hunger Games. There's 24 overall, and it's a fight to the death. The last one living wins. So yes, it begins in District 12. Katniss lives in District 12, which is the poorest district out of all of them, and she's a normal girl. Father died 5 years before. It's not really touched on in the film. It's touched on a lot more in the books. In the film,